We on that Capri Sun today, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, give a fuck about what in the hood, just me and the G's. When we had no peas, we chill at the shop. Back days when our lives were basic, man, energy and a decent fuck. Man, I miss those days on the grave shift. Mum said go get a decent job. She said go get a decent, yeah. Give a fuck about what in the hood, just me and the G's. When we had no peas, we chill at the shop. Back days when our lives were basic, man, energy and a decent fuck. Man, I miss those days on the grave shift. Mum said go get a decent job. She said go get a decent job. Yo. You selling boss man for a quick pick and mix, it was live with portions. Never come back on a family of fortunes. We still bought things off forth and worked on space man skin like Morgan. We stayed on the outside building. Summer's all far, but the eating I was cooling. Ready so cause I'm on the ball. Literally, if you see me running through on the goal, then just kick it to me. Bring off your energy. The way I finish B7 so heavenly. My mind is moving, we don't judge at it. I tried to keep on calling my phone, but I told her I'm putting my own legacy. Ain't gonna
we got Fritza. Hello, Queen Fritza. We are finally here. I'm feeling pretty good. I'm tired, but I'm feeling good. You know what I mean? Very good, very productive week ahead of us. I'm closing out the year. We got Julio in the building. What's going on, my brother? I will be closing out the year. Ooh, that was a very good hit. But anyway, I'll be closing out the year making more money, which will allow me to invest in the channel. I'm about to get an editing software program. After that, I'm gonna get a full-time editor. But even outside of that, you know, again, we're setting up a nonprofit right now that ain't free, and ain't nothing in this world free. So we closing out the year. I'm making more money to invest in our projects. And things are coming along really smoothly. Things are really coming along smoothly. I'm really looking forward to really looking forward to the year ahead. But yeah, today I'm doing the bare minimum. I ain't gonna lie to you, man. I am tired. I am tired as hell, man. It's all good. I was up all night. You feel me? Handling some business, doing what I had to do. And we got a couple of things to go over today. We got American Airlines flight attendants looking like they're getting ready to the flight attendants for American Airlines are making steps toward a strike. And one of the things that we've been seeing happen is more and more strikes are taking place. One, because they're necessary and needed. Workers across the board generally aren't being paid enough, don't have good benefits, everything like that. And we saw the UAW strike, nurses strike. And if this keeps up, you know, I think we're definitely potentially on our way towards a general workers' strike. Because they work. So, matter of fact, let's go ahead and start off with that. We're just going to go in order today. We're going to see what's up with this, and then we're just going to go down the line. All right. American Airlines flight attendants take the next step toward possible strike. The carrier's 26,000 flight attendants are hoping federal mediators will release them from formal talks, a procedure that could lead to a strike. Flight attendants at American Airlines are asking federal mediators to release them from negotiations with the carrier, declaring an impasse that would then allow the attendants to strike in as little as 30 days. Woo! Jay, welcome. We in the building. We got a super late start today, but it's all good, man. It is all good. Everything is coming along well. All right, quote. Did I just read this? Okay. The Association of Professional Flight Attendants, APFA, which represents the airline's 26,000 flight attendants. Yo, man, these companies are huge, man. That's a lot of people, and that's only one profession. You know what I'm saying? Like, these airlines employ many other positions than that. But I mean, when you really scale things upward, I mean, yeah, these corporations, they have so much power, and that's why strikes are necessary. You know, We have to do it. We are ready to quote. We are ready to strike to get the contract we deserve and have earned. APFA President Julie Hendricks said. Hedrick said in a statement, everyday negotiations drag on is money saved for American Airlines. And every day that goes by, the situation for flight attendants gets more dire. And the NMB, if the NMB were to grant the attendance requests, that would commence a 30-day cooling off period under the Railway Labor Act before the union could start its strike against American Airlines, that is. The request 3 days before the U.S. Thanksgiving holiday. Yes, it is Thanksgiving week. What y'all got going on? You got anything cool going on this week? I know I'm gonna be hanging out in the city. Well, on Thanksgiving Day, I'm gonna be I got stuff to do. I'm pretty busy this week. Tomorrow I got to go to the barbershop in the morning, so I'll probably do my stream tomorrow late if I do it at all. I'm going to the barbershop, and then Wednesday man, I haven't gotten my dreads professionally done. Oh God, I don't know when the last time. My hair is a mess. Jesus Christ. It needs to be repaired in so many ways. But we getting that handled, you know what I'm saying? Because it needs to be handled. But yeah, this is a busy week. It's Thanksgiving week. Okay. So 3 days before the US Thanksgiving holiday could theoretically allow the attendants to begin striking during the Christmas holiday. However, even if the NMB were to grant the attendants a quick release, the Biden administration could also intervene with an emergency board to prevent a strike during a peak travel period. Ooh, that shit was shut down. Ooh, that man, if they struck during Christmas, oh my God, bro. Oh yeah. Bro, 2024, the election year is gonna be so crazy. It's just gonna be so much BS happening. MAGA world is gonna be losing its damn mind. Biden world is gonna be like, somehow barely, like neck and neck with Donald Trump. Like, you know, like what the fuck is going on? Like, how are you really neck and neck with a man like Donald Trump? But hey, that's what the situation is right now. But yeah, no, it's gonna be a hell of an election year. All right, so in August, the board denied a request from pilots at Southwest Airlines to be released from contract negotiations. A spokesman for Texas-based American Tim Wetzel said the union's assertion that we've reached an impasse is inaccurate. Okay, so then we are going to keep our eyes on it. So let's see, what do they want? This is what they're asking for. This is what they're calling for. And he said, "I'll be doing all the cooking." Oh yeah. Well, that's well. One, it's good that you enjoy cooking, but still, doing all the cooking, you're gonna be busy. That's gonna be a lot of work. Even though you do enjoy it, that's still gonna be a lot of work. But I definitely hope that it ends up being a good time. I won't be doing any of the cooking. I won't be doing any cooking this Thanksgiving whatsoever. All right, so let's see what's up. So this is what they're asking for. This is what they want. Flight attendants are seeking a 35% pay increase with 6% annual wage increases in a 3-year deal. A flight attendant with a decade of service would make $73.91 per hour under the union's proposal compared to $54.75 currently. The APFA also wants attendants working on reserve schedules to have 82 guaranteed work hours each month, up from 75. The company has proposed an 11% increase with 2% yearly increases for a 5-year contract. Oh yeah, they're gonna strike if they don't raise that up. If they don't raise that up like a good 10 points at least, then they're gonna end up striking. So we'll keep our eyes on it, and especially now that there's been, like a lot of encouragement with all these other strikes, and especially strikes that are doing, that are showing fruit. I absolutely expect for American Airlines flight attendants to go ahead and do their thing because they should. Because they should. Okay, let's see what's up. CNN host stunned when January 6th criminal recants all his remorse live on air. I haven't seen this, so what even is it?
You took full responsibility. You said men of honor admit when they're wrong. not just publicly, but to themselves. I would like to use this as an opportunity to admit to Your Honor, to the prosecution, to the nation, I was wrong for entering the Capitol. I have no excuse whatsoever. The behavior is indefensible. That was before you did the time. How do you feel today?
There's no defense for breaking the law unless it's an unjust law, and there are unjust laws just as there are unjust men.
Okay, but what you said at the sentencing hearing still holds. You've got no...
What was that? It sounded like he was trying to give like some type of 1776 Independence Day ass poem or some shit like that. I don't know. I'll break the law for the US of A, for the red, white, and blue. I guess that's what he's getting at. I don't know. Let's finish.
Excuse, you recognize you broke the law and you regret it.
Well, I recognize I broke the law. I did my time. Whether or not the sentence was, fitting of the quote unquote crime is a matter of opinion, but I am better because I chose to take responsibility. I chose to invest my time wisely. I educated myself. I taught a metaphysics class while I was in prison. I also helped people.
He said, I taught a metaphysics. Hey, I guess at least he did something while he was in prison. Hey,
In the RDAP, Residential Drug Abuse Program, get over their addictions. I, read a lot of books. I worked out a lot. I invested in self-improvement.
In the course of the sentencing hearing, you also said that, and I'll put this on the screen, that you wish you could do it all differently. Quote, in all honesty, I would do everything differently. What would you do differently on January 6th if you could wind back the clock?
Well, I would do everything that I could in a more intense way to stop everything from happening in the first place. Now, how easy that would be considering that tear gas and concussion grenades were tossed in the middle of a otherwise peaceful crowd is, nothing I can predict right
now. Bro, these motherfuckers broke the glass, ran up in the Capitol, ran up inside the halls of Congress, broke things, took things. Some people died. Like, it wasn't peaceful.
Now, or try and say it will go one way or the other, but I would definitely try to stop the whole thing from happening, considering the persecution that a lot of J6ers have gone through and the destruction that was caused to the sacred chamber that we call the Capitol. So, for me, what it's about is stopping anything negative from happening, and that's definitely what I would do.
Okay, I guess I'm waiting to hear if you'll also say, given that you hope to be employed in those buildings, I would not breach the Capitol. I would never have broken into the building.
Well, considering that I would try to stop everything from happening, I think that's a given.
Okay, I don't want to play a word game. Maybe why not just say I wouldn't trespass. I wouldn't trespass that. You pardon me?
Because I did not break into the building. I walked through open doors. And if you look at it, the truth of what happened when I went in is
I'm not the one who broke into the building, bro. Like, the people who were 10 feet in front of me, they broke in, and then I just walked through.
Antithetical to the Mockingbird media's narrative. I stopped somebody from stealing. I volunteered to help the police. That's why they were escorting me around the building. And, I said a prayer as soon as I exited the building. Shortly thereafter, I stopped people from breaking in and told everybody to go home. I was doing everything I could to be a peacekeeper inside that building.
Okay, but let's agree on this. Maybe you should never have been in the building to begin with.
Right.
Okay, well, there's a lot of people in
Congress. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is the QAnon shaman. And we saw something from him the other day too, and he was giving like a halfway decent, just kind of general, pick yourself up and dust yourself off and have a positive attitude type of life speech. But yeah, I'm pretty sure this is him.
That probably shouldn't be in there.
This is not sounding so repentant. I'm gonna skip ahead to something the judge said about you that I was really taken with. As I say, I spent a lot of time reading your file and was taken with the sentencing hearing. This is Judge Lamberth. First of all, I thank you for your comments. I think yesterday I celebrated my 34th year as a judge. I think your remarks are the most remarkable I've heard in 34 years. I think you are genuine in your remorse and heartfelt. He then said that the words that you said to him were akin to things that Martin Luther King would have said. So I guess my question is, are you remorseful? Because now I'm kind of questioning whether you're remorseful.
Well, with all due respect, I don't care if you're questioning whether or not I'm remorseful. I've made it very clear on several occasions I should not have broken the law. Now, the fact of the matter is, we can regret things in life. We can have remorse. We can have, all sorts of resentment and stuff if we choose. But those
Bro, these motherfuckers are, bro, these people are like, bro, these people are adults. Like, they're not kids. Like, these people really, like, they was on some type of a fucking field trip, went up to the Capitol and broke in there and stormed the halls, like, over the likes of Donald Trump and, them getting their way. But it's just like, yeah, man, it's a lot of crazy people in this country. What else are you going to say? I'm really tired right now, so my mind is not as quick as it usually is. However, there's really nothing else to say. These people are crazy. Like, look at these people, bro. Like,
things are far too heavy. Regret things in life on several occasions. I should not have
how can you do this and be like, oh, it's not that peaceful protest, bro? Who cares? Just let it go. Just let it slide.
broken the law. Now, the fact of the matter is, we can regret things in life. We can have remorse. We can have, all sorts of resentment and stuff if we choose.
Bro,
but those
like,
things are far too heavy burdens.
Like, this is just one of those things that if like somebody suggests it for you, you know what I'm saying? Like, if somebody said, like, if one of your boys or your girls or whoever it is hits you up and they're like, yo, you want to go raid and storm the halls of Congress? Be like, no, I'll pass, bro. I'll play some Xbox this afternoon. You know what I mean? Like, I'll just kind of hang out. I got some other plans. You feel me? That, yeah, I mean, even if, bro, some of these, I mean, not some of these people, a lot of these people went to jail who did this. A lot of them. And if this was like, bro, if this was where maybe certain other countries, or if this was like 100 years ago, bro, people get put to death over stuff like this. Are you serious? Like, what? Like, I mean, America is just a giant reality television show. It really is, man. The whole damn thing. And people from all over the world tune in to laugh at us.
To move forward in our lives. And I'm moving forward, not just for myself, but for the American people, because there is no representation for the American people in Congress.
Hell yeah, the mink coat. Yeah, you right. No, Mike boy, that's the mink coat. It's like the mask when he puts on the mask and he just gets mad, like charismatic, and he's just like smoking, like he's just ready to go. You feel me? Like he's just like. But right now, dude, acting like me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was up till like 4:30, 5 o'clock, and then I didn't really sleep that much. I mean, I'm fine. Like, everything's fine. All I'm saying is that's why I'm like super chill right now, and he's acting the same. But when he puts on his magic horns and he puts on his magical loincloth, you know what I'm saying? He turns the fuck up.
Congress. That's why I'm running on single bill voting. That's why I'm running on a term limit amendment for congressmen and staff. That's why I'm running on criminalizing
I was looking
lobbying.
forward.
That's why I'm running on.
That's why
I'm running on seven.
Jacob, I was looking forward to talking about your platform. I thought we were going to very quickly, given what you said at your sentencing hearing, hear from you. Man, I really regret it. I should never have been in that building to begin with. I'm a different person. I'm remorseful, but I'm not hearing that. I just showed footage of the doors being kicked in, and then you walked in with a group of people. And it sounds like you're not even taking ownership that you never should have walked through that door.
You know what I'm saying? Distracted gardener, you feel me? But just in general, everything is on the up and up. You know what I'm saying? Which is good. Things are going well. But yes, literally that.
Well, and didn't I say I broke the law and I shouldn't have done that? So, like I said, there's no representation for the American people in Congress. That's why I'm running. That's why I said that there's some people in Congress that probably shouldn't be in there either, because they're not representing the American people. They're representing the non-government organizations, special interest groups, international corporations, and international banks. And that's part of the reason why I think it's so important.
Do you want Donald Trump's endorsement?
I will take any support I can get, because I'm not garnering campaign funds. I don't want people's money. What I'm asking for is their vote. I think big money is a big problem.
I mean, at the end of the day, who cares? But obviously, this guy's biggest problem, like if he was just running, he's running as a libertarian. If he was just running like a regular guy running, then the stuff that he's saying is not terrible. You feel me? But again, his biggest issue is it's like, hey man, you were kind of like on the forefront You were kind of like the mascot of the Stop the Steal campaign. You were all up in there, so he really can't get past that, obviously. But because again, if he was just some regular guy who was running a campaign and he was saying stuff like, oh, multinational corporations have too much control over geopolitics, and we need more domestic manufacturing in the country, like stuff, whatever it may be. If it was like that and he was just some random guy, I'd be like, "Mm, okay, I feel that. I don't really fuck with the libertarian shit, but I feel you. You feel me? So like it, but no, like you ran all up in the halls of Congress, so you really can't escape that. All right, so what is this? Excuse me. Trump brags Taliban leader was nice to him. I wonder if he calls Biden Your Excellency.
The leaders of the Taliban call me Your Excellency. The most dangerous people on the entire planet. The people who send off bombs, and the people who gas their own constituency, gas their own constituents. They call me Your Excellency. The big bad people of the world are afraid of Donald Trump.
This guy, man. All right, let's see what's up.
May I ask you a question, Your Excellency? He called me Your Excellency. I wonder if he calls Biden Your Excellency. I don't think so. And we were going to keep Bagram.
He just says shit because that like when you watch clips like this. So this is 1 minute and 10 seconds long, right? So if it goes to like 1 minute and 10 seconds, then usually a clip that we'll see, it'll be like maybe 4 mashups of just random stuff that he said. But I'm sure that all of you at this point have watched some of Donald Trump's speeches all the way through. Like maybe you watch, I don't know, 10 minutes of it, 15 minutes of it, whatever. Like he just says shit. You feel me? So like whatever the first thing he said, I can almost guarantee you that was not some type of long drawn out thing. Or maybe it was, but there's never any real point to the shit that Donald says. Like he just says things and he rambles and he goes on and on and on. It's not like back to back like it is in these clips. Like he'll say one thing and then he'll talk for 4.5 minutes before he says anything else of note.
May I ask you a question, Your Excellency? He called me Your Excellency. I wonder if he calls Biden Your Excellency. I don't think so. And we were going to keep Bagram.
Well,
You're right. Exactly. Bobby. Be like,
I also gas my constituency. When they get out of line. That's what you're supposed to do.
Bagram is the biggest air base just about there is anywhere in the world. The biggest runways, most powerful. They can hold, I think they're 8 feet deep in concrete. They can hold anything, and we gave it up. And I didn't want it for Afghanistan. I wanted it because that's 1 hour away from where China makes their nuclear missiles, and we gave it up. Why did we give it up? This thing cost billions of dollars many years ago. We didn't need it for Afghanistan, but it was right next to where they make their missiles, China. And now you know who occupies that? China.
China.
How stupid are these people? It's so sad, but we'll get it back.
Everybody's an idiot except for Donald Trump.
Maybe we'll get it back as part of a trade deal. Give us back that damn airport.
Give us back that damn airport.
And I said, Abdul, if you do this, you're going to be hit harder than anybody's ever been hit by our country. Don't do it. And he said,
You're going to be hit harder than anybody's ever been hit by our country. That's a pretty high bar because we've nuked people. We've nuked a country before. We dropped 2 nuclear bombs on Japan.
Like, oh, we're gonna bring the fire down on you unlike anything that America's ever done to anybody. We're not gonna drop a nuclear bomb. We're gonna drop a hydrogen nuclear bomb.
well, if you do this, you're going to be hit harder than anybody's ever been hit by our country. Don't do it. And he said, may I ask you a question, Your Excellency? He called me Your Excellency. I wonder if he calls Biden Your Excellency.
I wonder if he calls Biden Your Excellency. Oh my God. I'm just curious to see, because one, obviously the general election campaign hasn't started yet, but even more than that, like no one's really going hard on Trump yet for real. Not really. And by that, I mean, yeah, he's in court and stuff, but like people aren't yet like, we will see ads. We are going to see a lot of ads against Donald Trump. And many of them are going to be very effective and very good. Not to say that they're going to turn his core base away from him. All I'm saying is that we really haven't gotten into the general election at all yet. And so, like, just wait a little bit. Motherfuckers is gonna come after Donald Trump. They gonna come after this motherfucker. And a lot of that has to do as well with the fact that he's always stabbing his friends in the back. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just curious to see how things happen as the heat turns up, because it's gonna turn up, bro. Like, it's going to turn up. All right, what should we do? Which one should we do now? Um, let's go to NPR. Let's go to National Public Radio. Right, exactly. Exactly, Emily. Um, okay, here we go. We're going to go into National Public Radio. A new study says the global toll of lead exposure is even worse than we thought. Had to take a sip of my Capri Sun real quick, you know what I mean? Uh, yeah. Mm-mm-mm-mm. On the World Health Organization's list of 10 chemicals of major public health concern, lead is a familiar villain. The toxic contaminates air. The toxic metal contaminates air, soil, water, and food, and builds up inside bodies over time. Its most widely publicized health impact is neurological damage in children, often measured in the loss of intelligence quotient points, IQ. But lead's pernicious effects don't stop in children, nor at the brain. According to a new study in the journal Lancet Planetary Health, an estimated five and a half, basically 5.5 million adults worldwide died in 2019 from cardiovascular disease attributable to lead exposure, a toll with more than 6 times higher than a previous estimate. The study goes on to provide that its authors say sorry, y'all, I'm just tired. Authors say are the first monetary estimates of the total global cost of these lead attributable deaths, along with the magnitude and cost of IQ loss in children under 5 years old. This brings me back to the governor-elect of Louisiana, who wants to hold off infrastructure funding to fix the water supply for New Orleans until they can they can prosecute women who have sought abortions. So, like, a lot of the time, and it's not always for things as extreme as that, but even if you go less extreme, um, what you have is, hold on, sorry, y'all, infrastructure not being invested in for decades because that money gets chopped and funneled through tax cuts for the rich and tax cuts for the wealthy. Social programs get cut and defunded. Um, things like the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, there's a lot of resources and efforts put into getting things like that cut and defunded. Um, And then when hurricane, I always use this example, and I always will. Hurricane Katrina would have happened, but it didn't have to be as destructive to the city of New Orleans as it was, had only they fixed those levees earlier on. For 2019 alone, the study puts the combined toll of cognitive damage and cardiovascular disease mortality at $6 trillion. All right, so just going into how it poisons the body. Let's read this one, a little bit of this one real quick. About those childhood impacts, looking at the same year of 2019, Larson and Sanchez Triana estimated that children younger than 5 years old lost a collective 765 million IQ points due to lead exposure. This too is a higher total than previous estimates, in part because it encompasses any amount of IQ loss due to lead in all kids worldwide. Yeah, and you know what? Before, lead was just generally taken out of products, like how it's not like made in everything the way that it used to be. Um, let's see. What was I gonna say? My bad, y'all. I'm fucking tired. Okay, so let's get into these numbers a little bit. Oh yeah, I was saying it took a lot of effort to get lead out of products. A lot of effort. And we're looking at the same type of deal and the same type of impact with like global warming, gas, oil and gas industry and stuff like that. The lobbying. The same thing happened with lead products. 95.3% of the lost IQ points were in low income and middle income countries, of course, because oftentimes, in the lower income areas, those buildings that have lead all in them and throughout them, and even if it's in like water supplies and stuff like that, infrastructure hasn't been changed out. They estimated an average loss of 5.9 IQ points per child in low and middle income countries during the first 5 years of life, causing an average lifetime income loss per child of 12%. It's interesting how they're quantifying all of these things. Hmm. Meanwhile, all of this shit's going on. You know what I'm saying? All right. I mean, this isn't surprising, but I mean, this is the type of stuff that really is just unnecessary for people to be dealing with. You know what I'm saying? There's just there's absolutely no reason, especially in America. But not even just America. There's no reason for things to be this high. This is just government negligence. That's literally all it is, nothing else. All right, what we got now? Hmm. All right, George Santos. Let's get back to George Santos. Santos is Santos. All right, let's see what's up. But yeah, man. I mean, those type of issues, like our infrastructure issues, don't need to be as expensive as they are right now. Had only we been on top of them sooner. It's not even just about helping cities and states and towns and whatever to deal with natural disasters. It's also just about improving efficiency. You know, um, public transportation. If that was more efficient, I mean, this everything in this country would be boosted. People would be able to get places, which would boost the economy, which would boost people's social lives. I mean, there's just investing in infrastructure and in the public commons does nothing but enhance society. That's all it does. All right, let's see what's up with Santos. What's she talking about?
And joining me now for more, Texas Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett. Congresswoman, it's always so good to have you on the show. Look, there's a quote from the Times that I read. It said Santos was not the cause of the House's shamelessness, but a symptom and a warning. I mean, let's be clear. Santos drops his crown. Marjorie Taylor Greene, Lauren Boebert, quick to pick it up. Do you think having somebody like George Santos out of Congress is necessarily going to make that much of a difference in terms of the chaos that the Republicans are basically pumping into Congress at this time?
Absolutely not. I mean, George Santos wasn't involved in any of the brawls that almost took place. I mean, seriously. And this is a guy that they removed from his committees very early.
That's why I was saying we lucky that George Santos it doesn't seem to be a violent person, because imagine all of his pathological issues plus violent tendencies. Ooh, well, he probably would either be dead or in prison right now. But it's okay, because he's definitely about to go to prison. And that's a goddamn show. You know, again, someone like Donald Trump, we gotta wait and see. You know, he may wiggle his way out of actually having to go to prison. But George Santos, nah, brother, that ain't happening for you, because you ain't no damn Donald Trump, and you are not running for president. So you're going to prison. I hope you're prepared.
Early on. So Santos isn't necessarily the one that is the catalyst for their chaos, but he definitely is a symptom and an outcome of who the Republican Party as a whole has become. As far as I'm concerned, the chaos starts at the top. It starts with Donald Trump. We know that we have MAGA Mike as our speaker, who basically is now doing everything that he can to make sure that he continues to show his loyalty to the twice impeached, 91 count indicted former president. So I would say that it actually starts with Donald Trump. It doesn't start with Santos. He's the low man on the totem pole.
I mean, maybe it's a rare sign of bipartisan action that's going to happen in the House, Congresswoman. But I mean, it sounds like there's about 60 more members of the House that are now willing to vote. To
Yeah, hell yeah, we
expel
gotta get Santos to run for president. That's
Santos,
really
but
what we
look,
gotta do.
That guy's got 9 lives, right? I mean, he's lived to fight another day on prior expulsion votes. But do you think this report, and I appreciated your tweet because, you know, I traffic in facts and evidence, this ethics committee, 37 subpoenas, 43 voluntary requests for information, and the review of over 172,000 pages of documents, interviewing over 40 witnesses. This was a thorough thing in terms of an investigation. So do you think it's enough now for Santos to be out?
Absolutely. So there are those that think that due process means that you have to go to trial and be convicted. And you and I both know that that's not necessarily the definition of due process, because not everyone ends up with a criminal proceeding. Due process is just giving someone an opportunity to face allegations and defend themselves. And honestly, this report outlined how frustrated the committee was with the fact that they were giving him opportunity after opportunity.
Bro, George Santos. Yo, hell yeah. He might as well go ahead and run. You know what I mean? Like, why not? Why not take advantage of all the celebrity boosting opportunities you can before you inevitably go to prison? You know, I don't know how long you're gonna be there, but you're definitely gonna go. You know, why not? Why not?
To provide some sort of proof for the allegations that he was saying was false, right? Like they were saying, hey, help us out, guy. And he was non-responsive. And when he was responsive, he was evasive and he was attempting to actually thwart their investigation. But I do applaud the committee because this is probably the only thing that has been bipartisan that we've seen here recently where we had anything that was done unanimously in the House. And that was determining that George Santos is a fraud. But I don't think that the people at home had any questions about that. I just think we didn't have all the dirty details about the OnlyFans and the where did he go? So
only my man, right? That man, he was getting freaky with y'all donation money, man. He was not holding back. He was gonna live it up.
And the Botox and how much he paid for the Botox. We just didn't have the dirty details, but we knew that Santos was a fraud and was doing a lot of ridiculous things. And I think that it was quite alarming that there's $240,000 worth of withdrawals that they literally cannot account for. They don't know what he did with that. And I honestly don't see Santos deciding that he's going to step down from his post simply because, listen, this report revealed he's got terrible credit. He doesn't have any money. He's getting a check right now, and I think he needs to continue to get his check. So I don't see him resigning.
George Santos took everybody money, and it still wasn't enough. Still wasn't enough money.
So if we don't kick him out, I think Santos will continue to serve. And the last point that I'll make is that when Julie was talking about these Biden seats, Santos sits in a double-digit Biden seat. New York, I need y'all to just show up and vote, and we will not have another George Santos situation.
Well, I will say this, as I sadly have to part from you, Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett. At least they could find a bank account for George Santos versus MAGA Mike Johnson, who doesn't have bank accounts inexplicably. Congresswoman Jasmine.
The church pay for everything. I don't know who pays for all this shit. I have absolutely no idea how Mike Johnson does his thing. I don't know. All right, let's see what Ron DeSantis is talking about. He's still in the race. He has yet to back out. Where's the sound?
Democrats would beat Trump if he were. Well, I wouldn't be running unless I thought that the Democrats would beat Trump if he were the nominee. I mean, they're going very easy on him right now. I mean, they're not saying much. The minute if he were to be the nominee, I mean, you're going to see scorched earth. You're going to see all this stuff brought up from the past, and the whole election will end up being a referendum on Donald Trump. And Biden will be able to hang out in the basement, and I think he'll be able to get away with it again. Look. When you get to this point, the presidency is not a job for somebody that's pushing 80 years old. I just think that that's something that has been.
He should have been saying this shit at the beginning. Like, bro, if you should have came out swinging and came out hard from day one, and then maybe you would be actually competing. But like now, you saying this now is just like, who cares? Like, You know, like,
and shown with Joe Biden. Father Time is undefeated. Donald Trump is not exempt from any of that. I think with somebody like me, you go in, I'm in the prime of my life. I go in day one, I'll serve 2 terms, deliver big results, and get the country moving again. That's what Republican voters want to see.
nah, Republican voters want to see Donald Trump. That's what Republican voters want to see. They want to see this with Donald Trump. Uh-oh. Here we go. What's Donald Trump talking about? Let's see. Hold on, I just got like a little story real quick. Oh, Florida Democrat who voted to censure Rashida Tlaib quits Progressive Caucus. Let's try to pull that up real quick. Hold up. Send that over to the old email address. All right, hold on. Let me pull this up real quick. We're gonna go over that. Said one of the Democrats who voted to censure Rashida Tlaib has left the Progressive Caucus. Hold on, let me pull that up real quick. All right, here we go from The Intercept. Rep. Louis Frankl, a staunch Israel supporter, quietly left the Congressional Progressive Caucus amid an internal split over Israel's siege on Gaza. And this is from Ryan Grimm and Akela Lacey. Rep. Lois Frankl, Florida Democrat, quit the Congressional Progressive Caucus over an internal split on Israel's siege on Gaza, according to 2 sources familiar with her quiet departure. Like many Democrats, Frankl has proclaimed unwavering support for Israel, while other caucus members are pushing a resolution calling for a ceasefire in Gaza. Frankl first elected to Congress in 2012 and CPC member since at least 2016. The Congressional Progressive Caucus had been considering leaving the caucus for several weeks, according to one source. She was one of at least 6 caucus members who voted earlier this month to censure Rashida Tlaib. Frankl's departure is a symptom of a larger split growing within the caucus over the congressional response to the war in Gaza. It comes despite the fact that the CPC rarely takes public positions on Israel and Palestine, given the deep divides within the caucus, and has not taken a position on the current crisis. But the tensions and animosities produced within the progressive coalition broadly are great enough that her decision to leave is not a surprise. Many of the 22 Democrats who voted to censure Tlaib, including Frankl, have received major contributions from the American Israel Public Affairs Committee. The pro-Israel lobbying group is recruiting challengers to Tlaib and other squad members for being out of step with a hawkish pro-Israel line that demands unconditional support. AIPAC be running shit in Congress, man, like for real. The resolution censured Tlaib for, quote, calling for the destruction of the state of Israel. The fuck out of here. Like, what the fuck? Like, I mean, obviously this isn't new. Like, it didn't just happen, but still, like, it's just like, yeah, that's what Rashida wanted. That's what she's all about. Like, get the fuck out of here, man. Progressive caucus leaders met earlier this month with White House Democratic leadership to encourage them to keep the pro-Israel lobby from spending to oust progressive incumbents this cycle. Asked last month about news that groups including AIPAC, Democratic Majority for Israel, and mainstream Democrats PAC were considering primarying Tlaib and Representative Cori Bush. I don't know what Tlaib's standing is like where she's from, but where I'm from in St. Louis, Cori Bush is, I think she's pretty safe in that seat. I think these organizations could run pretty much whoever they like against Cori Bush, but I think she's good. I don't know exactly the situation for Tlaib, but Cori Bush, I think she should be all right. Okay. Rep. Henry Cuellar of Texas lobbied Democratic leadership to encourage the primary challenges against critics of Israel. He told a political science class at American University, according to a student in the class. Cuellar has twice faced a primary challenger backed by Justice Democrats, which helped elect the squad. He almost lost both times, if I believe. Okay. Yeah, I think that's a pretty realistic take, Mike Boy, in terms of, I mean, if they don't see eye to eye, then yeah, they shouldn't really be there. I mean, yeah, each caucus should be kind of more in line with the same type of value. So I agree with that. You know what I'm saying? That's true. Okay. So yeah, so she's out. Well, out of the Progressive Caucus. You're right. Cuellar is basically just he's Joe Manchin in the House, I guess. He's Joe Manchin of the House. All right. Another sip of the Capri Sun. Now we're just gonna have fun. You know what I'm saying? This is the last one for the day, and then we're gonna take a hit, and then I'm going to take a nap. I am tired. I did not sleep. I'm fine. I'm okay. I just need to take a nap for a few hours before I get back to work. And I just want to have fun because it's always so much fun to read Donald Trump's pettiness. He's so petty. Donald Trump is so petty. And it's crazy because so many people want him in office, but it's like, oh, he's so ridiculous. Like, bro, why? Who cares? Like, you are killing, and that just goes to show how big of a loser he actually is. Just like who he is as a person inherently. Like, he's just a loser motherfucker at his core. Like, bro, you're beating everybody in the Republican primary by like 50 points. Like, who cares? He cares because he's ridiculous.
The sanctimonious and bird-brained nothing.
Donald Trump suffers major meltdown after Iowa Governor Kim Reynolds endorses Ron DeSantis. Because again, it's like, bro, Ron DeSantis is not going to win the primaries. Like, who cares? Bro, Donald Trump don't even be talking about Ron DeSantis no more. But it's just the fact that she didn't endorse him. Like, bro, he's such a crybaby ass little bitch, man. Like, he's so ridiculous, and he's so ridiculous looking too. And I'm not even saying, like, I'm not even being shallow. Like, look at him, bro. Like, look at the faces he makes. He looks like a clown because he is. Like, he's a joke. Like, but look, he's like a caricature of a businessman. He's the caricature of himself. Okay, what does he say? See, that's what I'm saying. Like, he's 50 points down to me. So why are you tweeting about this, bro? Who cares? Who gives a fuck? But here we gonna read it.
Kim Reynolds of Iowa has gone from a popular governor to the most unpopular governor in the United States.
Bro, he put it in all caps. Yeah, shit. She was a very, very popular governor, but no, now she made the horrible mistake of rejecting me. So now she's the most unpopular governor in all the land. Right. He doesn't care about this person at all. So it's like, why are you even saying anything about it? Like, he's one of a kind, bro. Like, Donald Trump is one of a kind. Like, there's no one else like him. God, like, bro, like,
Kim Reynolds of Iowa has gone from a popular governor to the most unpopular governor in the United States. Not an easy feat. That's really hard to do. The only person who's ever done that before is Chris Christie, and you see the state that he's in running against me as well. Chris Christie!
Oh, my God. Where are we at? Okay.
Her endorsement of Ron DeSanctimonious, who is 50 points down to me in the polls, has given him exactly 0 bounce. He is a wounded bird falling violently from the sky.
That's you too, bruh. Like that's you too. You're really not in a good position. You're doing well in the polls, but other than that, you really are not in a good spot, bruh. A few thousand people were interviewed a year before the election. Nah, bro, that don't then you're not in a good spot.
I wonder what position Kim was promised in order to back someone who is so far down.
He put 4 O's.
Who is so far down. I got Iowa first in the nation, ethanol security, and $28 billion for our great farmers. I also protected Social Security and Medicare. The sanctimonious and bird brain did nothing. Mega!
Oh God. I mean, bro, like he's just. Oh, Fritza. Thank you so much, honey. You said Petty is his middle name, not John. Yes, Donald Petty Trump. Fritza, thank you so much for 2 months of membership, and thank you everybody else for just your constant support, however you're able to give it. And we are growing, and it is going a long way, and I'm excited about the future. But yeah, man, Donald Trump is just like, bro. He even said it in the post. He was like,
I'm beating Ron DeSanctimonious by 50 points.
Like, bro, so then why are you talking about this, bro? Like, imagine what it's like to be in his head. Like, I mean, bro, like this dude has 4 indictments, right? 4 indictments, 91 felony charges. And his, like, why are you talking about this? Who cares? He's such an interesting character, man. But yes, man, we have reached the end of the stream. A very short stream today because again, I'm just tired. I need to take me a nap. I'm gonna take me a nap, and then I got more work to do. I got to get a workout in today too. I can't be missing workouts, man. What y'all got going on? Thanksgiving plans. What's everybody Thanksgiving plans? It's how the fuck is it Thanksgiving already? Like, what the hell? Like, goddamn, it was literally just Halloween. But it's okay. You wanna know why it's okay? Because things are coming together. Things are coming together, you know what I'm saying? Hard work pays off. Patience pays off. Cooperation pays off. Let's make sure that we continue to play our part, you know what I'm saying? Let's not put too much stock in this presidential race shit. Obviously, we're going to cover it. Obviously, things will change as the months go on. Y'all know what my prediction and opinion is, but I'm very open to changing that opinion and prediction. If I see certain things when we get closer to the race, then I'll change my mind. You know, it's not a big deal. Who gives a fuck? If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. It really doesn't matter. But what's more important, again, is that we play our part, not just in local elections, but in our communities as leaders. You know what I'm saying? Be a leader in your community. Help make people's lives better the best that you can, any way that you can. Otherwise, we're just waiting around waiting for politicians to do it for us. And while politicians can do many a good thing, we can't wait for them to do that good thing. You know what I'm saying? We got to step up. We got to rise up. And we got to heal the world ourselves. You know what I'm saying? We got to be good to people. We got to be patient with people. We got to be kind to people. Empathetic. You know, be willing to help somebody out. Be willing to listen. Shit like that goes a long way, man. But yeah, no, I'm gonna be hanging out with some friends on Thanksgiving, and then I'm going back home to St. Louis for Christmas. I'll be going there for a couple of weeks, so I'm really looking forward to that. Yeah. So let's go ahead and take this hit together. And we will be back on tomorrow. I'm getting new equipment and shit too. I'm getting a new camera for Christmas. This week I'm getting a ring light because I need better light than this shit that I got here. We upgrading, y'all. We upgrading. You know what I'm saying? We got some smooth play of jazz playing in the background. Okay, let's go. take this hit, and then I'm about to take a nap for a couple hours, and I'm gonna get my ass up and get back to work. Cheers to you as well, Dora. Dora, you're literally always right on time with this shit. Right on time. Here we go.
She loves me in a way she'll never love any other man.
All right, everybody. Y'all have a fantastic rest of the afternoon. Have a good evening. Peace and love. I will see you tomorrow, and I'll be on time tomorrow. I won't be up all night tonight, so I'll see you soon.